Ever find yourself spending way too much time in retail stores? Picture this. You're in and out within 5 minutes while others linger for ages. How? Well, I've got a secret. A simple list on my phone. I walk in, grab what I need, and leave. No wasted time. But this isn't just about quick shopping. It's a philosophy that extends to money matters. The modern world is a minefield of financial traps, and I'm here to guide you through dodging them. Watch the full video as we unravel the mysteries of financial efficiency and learn how to steer clear of those sneaky pitfalls. Trust me, it's easier than you think. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like this video so you never miss out on practical advice like this. Let's save time and money together. Number 1. Know what you're getting into financially. Let's delve into the world of investments, particularly real estate and timeshares. When it comes to real estate, it's crucial to understand the potential risks and pitfalls. While real estate can be an incredibly lucrative investment, it's easy to make mistakes, especially as a newcomer in the field. For instance, one might overpay for a property or invest in the wrong location, significantly impacting the potential return on investment. Additionally, choosing the wrong lender or overestimating rental income are common errors. Moreover, new investors often forget to account for unexpected expenses such as vacancies and repairs. Vacancies can occur even in great locations, and staying on top of maintenance is crucial. A good rule of thumb is to set aside about 10% of your rental income for vacancies and between 10% to 15% for maintenance costs. By doing so, you'll have a buffer for unforeseen expenses that might pop up along the way, ensuring your investment remains profitable. Now, let's talk about timeshares. They offer individuals the opportunity to collectively own a vacation property, sharing its usage for a specific period each year. However, the maintenance fees associated with timeshares can be exorbitant, often leaving investors feeling as though they aren't receiving adequate value for their investment. As financial expert Dave Ramsey notes, these maintenance fees can be quite high without providing substantial returns. In essence, whether it's real estate or timeshares, it's essential to thoroughly understand the investment vehicle before diving in. Researching, budgeting for potential unexpected costs, and being aware of the risks involved can significantly impact the success of your investment venture. Now, let's talk about cryptocurrency. It's been quite the buzz with incredible success stories circulating about astronomical returns in a short time. For instance, there are tales of a $10,000 Bitcoin investment ballooning to $640,000 in just 4 years, painting a picture of unbelievable riches. People often flock to crypto forums or social media where the allure of multiplying investments overnight seems very real. But here's the reality check. The crypto market is highly volatile and speculative. While success stories exist, they often represent only one side of the coin. For instance, consider investing $10,000 in Bitcoin in November 2021. By February 2022, that investment would have been worth significantly less, around $6,175.36. Cryptocurrency values are incredibly unpredictable, making any investment in them inherently risky. This unpredictability is particularly pronounced in newer or less established cryptocurrencies, often referred to as altcoins. While a few might indeed skyrocket in value, many are riddled with scams or schemes designed to artificially inflate prices before crashing down, what's known as pump and dump. The bottom line here is understanding the nature of the financial deals you're entering, especially in the cryptocurrency market. It's vital not to get swept away by the promise of enormous returns without considering the risks and volatility. Seeing only one side of the story often leads to unrealistic expectations and potential financial pitfalls. Number 2, get a handle on budgeting. Budgeting can seem overwhelming, especially when so many people struggle to stick to their financial plans. The thing is, budgeting doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually a straightforward concept. One popular method is the 50-30-20 rule, often called the balanced budget formula. It's like a simple recipe for dividing up your income. Here's the breakdown. You allocate 50% of your income for your needs, things like rent, groceries, and bills. Then 30% goes toward your wants, like eating out, entertainment, or hobbies. Finally, 20% is for your savings or paying off debt. But here's the catch. Many folks find it tough to stick to this rule. Why? Well, it's not always easy to earn enough to fit this budget perfectly, especially when starting out. The real challenge often lies in balancing expenses with income. Sometimes, earning enough to cover all these categories can be difficult, making it tough to follow the 50-30-20 rule. So while the concept is simple, the practical application can be a bit tricky, especially when income doesn't align neatly with these percentages. Imagine your first job paying between $20,000 and $25,000. Back then, having money was a real struggle. If you followed a certain budgeting formula, it would have felt like it set you up to fail on purpose, making you believe budgeting was pointless. That's why the 50-30-20 rule, which suggests dividing your income into different categories, might not fit well for everyone in a similar situation. Instead, there's another approach. Start by saving a small amount, even if it's just 1% of your salary. Then, every month, add another 1% to your savings. The goal is to gradually reach 20%. Having this clear goal in mind makes budgeting easier and more enjoyable, helping you build the habit step by step. Number 3, try to keep debt to a minimum. Getting stuck in a debt trap happens to many people. In 2022, the average amount of money regular folks owed was around $101,915, a significant increase from $92,727 in 2020. The real trouble with debt starts when you can't keep up with the monthly payments, often because of sky-high interest rates or other issues. There are a few main reasons why this debt trap sneaks up on people. First, overspending is a biggie. When you spend more money than you actually bring in, you end up having to borrow money just to keep up. This leads to a never-ending cycle of taking new loans to pay off the old ones. Then, there's the challenge of dealing with high-interest debts like credit cards or payday loans. These kinds of debts come with extra charges that make it really tough to pay them off. It's like digging yourself into a hole that gets deeper and deeper. Finally, unexpected stuff can hit hard. Things like losing a job or facing a big medical bill can throw your finances into chaos. If you don't have savings to handle these surprises, you might need to borrow money to deal with them. These factors combined can create a debt trap, making it super tough to break free from owing money all the time. Escaping a debt trap involves a few key steps. First off, it's crucial to keep track of your money by creating a budget that outlines your income and expenses. This helps you understand where your money goes. Then, focus on paying off debts with the highest interest rates first. By doing this, you save money in the long run because you're paying less in interest. Additionally, try to pay more than the minimum amount due whenever you can to speed up paying off those debts. Seeking guidance from a credit counselor can also be really helpful. They can assist you in negotiating with your creditors and devising a plan to repay what you owe. To prevent getting caught in a debt trap again, there are some extra tips to consider. Only borrow money for things that are truly necessary, avoiding unnecessary loans. It's wise to shop around and compare interest rates before taking out a loan to get the best deal possible. Understand all the details of any loan you take, such as the interest rate and how long you have to pay it back. Create a clear repayment plan by budgeting and sticking to it. And finally, don't hesitate to seek help from organizations like credit counseling agencies if you're struggling to repay your debts. These steps can help you break free from a debt trap and avoid falling into one again. Number 4. Don't get sucked into all the modern day hype. Wanting to become rich involves steering clear of certain modern ideas that might not actually help you get there. Take buy now, pay later, for example. It's when you want something but don't have the money right now, so you buy it and figure out how to pay for it later. Sounds convenient, right? But here's the catch. It often tricks you into spending more money than you should. The trouble starts with credit card balances. When you don't pay off what you owe right away, you end up owing extra money called interest. Plus, if you can't keep up with the payments, it can hurt your credit score, which is bad news when you need to borrow money in the future. Then there's this new thing called SNBL, which stands for Save Now, Buy Later. It's similar to buy now, pay later, but in this case, companies offer you a way to save up for what you want instead of adding more debt. They set up short-term savings accounts for employees to stash money for future purchases and get discounts. But sometimes, it seems like companies just create these things without really making things better for folks. They invent stuff just for the sake of it, and it might not always be the best for your wallet in the long run. So there are tons of these new finance-focused startups popping up, and they're called fintech startups. Now, here's the thing. Some of these fintech companies offer services that might seem super convenient. For instance, imagine buying something and they say, "Hey, we'll help you invest by rounding up your purchases." Sounds cool, right? But here's the catch. While it's great for you, it's also a way for that fintech company to make money. Here's how it works. When you invest in something like a mutual fund, there's a fee you pay called a commission. But with these fintech companies, there's another fee, like a second layer of commission, that you end up paying them. All this extra stuff, this mumbo-jumbo, ends up eating into your profits. The thing about investing and saving is, it's not rocket science. You can learn the basics and do it yourself. Start with simple methods and slowly build up your financial plans without involving these extra layers of fees and complexity. This way, you can potentially save more money and make better profits in the long run. Number 5, make sure your emergency fund isn't neglected. Around 23% of people in the US don't have savings set aside for unexpected costs like home fixes, medical bills, or job loss. Even more, about 73% don't have enough saved up to cover 6 months of expenses. The solution is having a safety net, money you set aside to cover your basic needs for 3 to 6 months. It might sound tough to save that much money quickly, but it's totally doable. One way to start is by creating a separate savings account and regularly putting a portion of your paycheck into it. This way, you'll steadily build up your emergency fund over time. Remember, as you earn more or if your expenses go up, try to increase the amount you save for emergencies. It's a way to keep up with any changes in your life and make sure you're better prepared for unexpected situations. Number 6, know how commissions and profit margins work. When you invest your money, it's important to understand 2 things: commissions and profit margins. Commissions are fees that brokers charge you for doing trades. These fees can be different depending on the broker, what kind of trade you're making, and how big it is. Sometimes brokers might take a percentage of your trade, or they might charge a fixed amount like $1.10 for each trade. Now, profit margins are about how much money a company makes from selling its stuff. It's the difference between how much they sell something for and how much it costs them to make it. For instance, if a company sells something for $100, but it only costs them $50 to make, their profit margin is 50%. These 2 things, commissions and profit margins, can affect how much money you make when you invest. Commissions can eat into your profit. They take a chunk out of what you earn. Then, profit margins matter because they show how much a company earns, which affects how much its stock is worth. Let's say you put $1,000 into a stock. If that company has a 10% profit margin and the stock price goes up by 10%, you'll make $100. But if you invest $1,000 in a stock with a 5% profit margin and the stock price goes up the same 10%, you'll only make $50. When you're deciding where to invest your money, it's smart to think about both commissions and profit margins. Understanding these ideas helps you make better choices with your investments. Here are a few tips to help you grasp these concepts better. Firstly, research the profit margins of companies before investing, which you can find in financial reports or on various financial websites. Secondly, compare the commissions different brokers charge for trades, as these fees can vary widely, affecting your overall profits. Lastly, consider your investment goals. Long-term investments might be less affected by commissions compared to short-term ones. By getting a handle on these aspects, you can enhance your chances of making wiser investment decisions and growing your wealth more effectively. Number 7. Buy older models and avoid premium services. Saving money can be easier when you opt for older models instead of splurging on premium services. Older models come with several advantages that make them a wallet-friendly choice. First off, they're usually cheaper than newer models since the research and development costs have already been covered by the manufacturer. Despite not being the latest, these older models can still serve most people's needs adequately, providing good functionality even if they lack the latest bells and whistles. Moreover, their reliability stands out. Having been tested and refined, older models are less prone to breakdowns compared to their newer counterparts. On the other hand, premium services might seem appealing, but they can be tough on your budget. They often come with higher costs, which can accumulate over time, impacting your savings. By avoiding these premium services, it becomes easier to manage and control your spending, preventing impulsive splurges that might come with these services. Additionally, steering clear of these high-end offerings helps you avoid the potential trap of overspending, as they can sometimes create a habit of continuously spending on extras that aren't always necessary. Ultimately, opting for older models and bypassing premium services can be a smart way to save money and maintain better control over your finances. When it comes to saving money on electronics, there are some savvy tips to keep in mind. First off, take your time to find the best deal by exploring different stores or websites before making a purchase. Consider buying used or refurbished electronics, as they often offer great value at a lower cost compared to brand new items. Keeping an eye out for sales and discounts throughout the year is another smart move. Signing up for email notifications ensures you don't miss out on these money-saving opportunities. Additionally, waiting for new versions of products to hit the market is a strategic move, as older models often get discounted when the new versions arrive. For saving on premium services, there are some nifty tricks too. Utilize free trial periods offered by these services to test them out before committing to a subscription. Sharing subscription costs with friends or family members helps split the expense, reducing your individual expenditure. Lastly, regularly evaluate your subscriptions and cancel those you don't use frequently. This not only declutters unnecessary expenses, but also saves you money in the long run. By implementing these tips, you can smartly cut down on expenses while enjoying your tech and services. Number 8. Saving for retirement later than you should. When you're in your 20s or 30s, saving for retirement might not seem like a big deal. There are so many other things to handle, like starting a career or paying off student loans. Retirement might feel like something far away that you can worry about later, especially when immediate needs like buying a house or covering childcare expenses come up. But here's the important part. Saving for retirement might be tough, but it's super important. Surprisingly, many people approaching retirement age haven't saved enough. Statistics show that about half of women and nearly half of men between 55 and 66 haven't put away anything for retirement. Here's what you can do. When you start a new job, sign up for your employer's retirement plan, like a 401(k). If your job doesn't offer a retirement plan, don't worry. You can set up something called an individual retirement account, IRA, and make automatic deposits every month. Over time, you'll get used to saving this way, and you might not even miss the money from your paycheck. What's really cool is that if you start saving early, your money has more time to grow and make even more money. It's like a snowball effect, where your savings keep getting bigger as you earn more from your earnings. This can really speed up your savings as the years go by. So, even though it might not seem easy, starting to save for retirement early can make a huge difference in the long run. I recommend you watch the next video in our series. Don't hesitate to share this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.